Man, this sucks. The bar is really high tonight. Wow, what some great stories. Oh, this theme tonight, when it was new. Well, when this story was new, the theme was, what was the theme? When this story was new, the theme was, you ain't heard nothing yet. Name didn't get drawn. Then it was leap of faith. So we'll go with leap of faith to start out with it on this one. Sometimes you just have to take that leap of faith to take a chance to do something you never thought you'd be able to do. And I finally did that, and it worked. I became a big brother because the background check got through. That's what I didn't think would happen, but they don't always catch everything in those background checks. So I had that going for me, and I got into the Big Brother program. But I got to say, I was kind of disappointed right off the bat because I was hoping for a big brother. And instead, they gave me the 7-year-old. So, but he was cool. And about this time, I was working at KXJB, and they built a brand new television studio right down on 13th Avenue South by Target. And when it was new, Wow, I did get the thing. They let us go back to the old building and scavenge in that old building. And this is out on Main Avenue on your way out to West Fargo. In fact, technically it's in West Fargo. Now it's like Gemco Electric or something like this. And it's this old Quonset with offices built around it. It's this wooden structure. It's just a fire trap. It's in the newsroom, we'd have a wire copy hanging on the wall, and back in those days, the reporters and the photographers were smoking cigarettes, and it was, and then in the studio, they had all these hot lights right up by the ceiling, and I think we're safe here. It's not like it's crowded, or there was only like 2 exits, but okay. So anyway, they let us go back to that old building and scavenge up any of the old stuff that was left behind, the old desks, file cabinets, office supplies, souvenirs, stuff like that. But it was just to me, it was just a dangerous place as far as that goes. So I thought it'd be a great place to take my little brother. So we went there, and we're scavenging stuff, and where we had the kiosks for the editing bays, where the tape decks were in the editors, they had outlets in there and wiring and so forth, and I like electrical stuff, so I unscrewed a lot of that stuff and took the wiring, and we got a lot of sockets. We took the old sockets that weren't being used off the walls, and down in the studio, here's another outlet that I started taking off, and after a little bit, sparks flew. The lights went out, and I welded a notch out of my screwdriver. I still have that screwdriver with a notch in it. It wasn't my best Big Brother moment. But you should, the Big Brother experience should be educational, I figure, and maybe even for the kids, So here's where I would have said you ain't heard nothing yet last month. And we jump ahead years later when we go to remodel the basement, because I scavenged stuff from Prairie Public. They remodeled the 3rd floor there, and they had all these ceiling tiles. And so they were giving those away. So I had those ceiling tiles to work with too. So I thought, well, I'm going to remodel the basement. So I dig out those ceiling tiles, and I've got all that wiring from Channel 4. I've got the sockets, I've got the outlets and so forth. And so right up in the joists, I mount a bunch of sockets and put in the ceiling tiles and the light panels up there. And but I realized that I got to use fluorescent in those bulbs that are attached right to the joists up there. And if there are any building inspectors from Moorhead here, we live in West Fargo. And so that worked out pretty good. It looked pretty good, but I had this fear that what if somebody else moved into that house? Some other guy moves in there, and and it wouldn't be my wife's second husband, I know, because I'm already at kind of the maximum on the stupid level for her. And so, a dumber guy, so it wouldn't be her second husband. So I would have passed away, somebody else would have moved in there. And I just worried that they'd go, oh, I don't like these fluorescent lights. We're going to put some incandescent lights in here. And and turns on the light, and oh yeah, that looks much better, he thought. So he's going to go upstairs and get his wife to come down and look at this. And it takes a little while because they have to finish watching Duck Dynasty. But what he doesn't realize is that he's just activated 9 easy bake ovens in the ceiling of his basement. And so by the time they get down, the light panels are dripping like napalm to the carpet, flaming, and this is not going to smell good in the morning, with apologies to Robert Duvall, if you've seen that movie. Somebody's seen it. Yeah, you got to be a little older probably, or you gotta like old movies. So anyway, you've got this easy bake oven situation in the ceiling, and above that there's the hardwood floors, and they're made out of, well, kindling. So anyway, we finally did remodel the basement, so that problem's been taken care of. And you'll also be happy to know that my little brother got through his tenure with me with only minor injuries. So thank you.